Alright, man. You know what we're about to talk about, as you may or may not know. Mikey Williams, which was Late Norman Christian, played tonight on ESPN. They played up against Oak Hill Academy. Let me shut my door. We better get serious real quick. Emoni Bates played up against Chet Holgram. Very exclusive matchup. Top two players in their class. And last but not least, we had Arenado, whatever you want to call it. They was playing up against Sierra Canyon, Jaden Hardy, Amari, Bailey, and Bronny. Now, we're going to start in order the way the games were played. We're going to start with Mikey's team. Now, it was a disappointment. It was not good for Lake Norman. It started out okay. And as soon as the game, well, about halftime or third quarter, everyone, and even right now, people are killing. And I mean killing Mikey on Twitter. They are putting him on blast. And I disagree. I think Mikey played pretty good and efficiently out there. If you watch the game, he wound up with 24 points. You know, he shot around 55%, I believe. He might have even shot 60%. I'm not checking out all the numbers because I don't care about all that stuff. I just go by the eye test. He looked good out there. Now, I do got to say, and I know y'all going to comment it down below, he has a major turnover problem. He had roughly 4 to 5 turnovers in the first half, which was not good, just throwing the ball to the other team. They got free layups and stuff like that. Now, in the second half, he cleaned it up a bit. He had only 2 to 3 turnovers, I believe, something like that. But he wound up finishing the game with 7 to 8 turnovers. And, okay, yo, I understand why you can give him some hate for that because it's not a good look. But besides the turnovers, he still was very productive. You guys got to keep in mind, with this Lake Norman game, we're going to talk about this one the most. He got no help out there. There's no other good scores. Like, all I was hearing in the offseason was how about Lake Norman's supposed to get all these big-time players. They recruited 8 new guys to the team. 5 of them are supposed to be D1 players. I don't see that on the court. I don't see that. There's no way if you watch that game, you're like, oh, there's 5 D1 players out there. I don't see it, guys. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. The Joyful Hawking dude, he's like a 4-star recruit. He's 6'9". He has been worthless on offense and defense. He's a guy that got hurt late in the game. Prayers out to him and his family. I don't know if he's okay or not, but to keep it real, he ain't been good. The other shooting guard, he's a white guy, I think number 14. He comes off the bench. He was supposed to produce like 10 to 12 points per game off the bench. He ain't doing nothing. He's a complete bust. Trey Green, the point guard who's in the same class as Mikey, he's the only other semi-decent point guard on the team. You know what I'm saying? He's all right. He played pretty decent tonight, but he was struggling earlier in a couple of games they played earlier in the season. And the only other real solid center, in my opinion, let me know in the comment section what you think, is the number 12 dude. I think that's his number. Good at rebounding. I gotta say, I'm very impressed with Lake Norman Christian, whatever you want to call him, Lake Norman. I'm just gonna call him Lake Norman. Anyways, I'm very impressed with their rebounding. They rebounded and played and hustled very hard out there tonight. Of course, it just wasn't enough because Oak Hill is just way more talented than them. But all in all, I think they rebounded the ball very good because I think they even out-rebounded them on offense. Now, with that being said, we got to bring it up. At halftime, it was an even game. Pretty even, you know. Lake Norman had 15 turnovers. Now, most of them were Mikey, but it wasn't just Mikey. Everyone on this team was turning the ball over. They have a huge problem with that. Oak Hill only had 5 turnovers. You expect that out of them. They got a great coach. He's been there for like 36 years. They're not going to turn the ball over. They're fundamental. They're not going to beat themselves. The MJ Rice dude, top 10 player, he doesn't get enough attention. He's a straight out bucket getter. You know, anytime you need a bucket, he's just going to go out there and do it for you. I'm not going to try to pause and cut up a lot of clips in this video because I really don't want to. But one thing I have a question about, Lake Norman, like the coach. Okay, so the press was giving Lake Norman problems, right? We all saw that. If you watched the game, if you didn't watch the game, it was giving them some major problems. And that's why they was turning the ball over. But did you notice they had a center, I think it was number 0, I can't remember, I don't know all the players just yet. Most of the time they had a center dribbling the ball up the court. Like, I got to give him props. He didn't turn it over a lot, but just why is he dribbling the ball up the court? If someone impresses you, you don't just want to break the press. You want to beat it and score off of it and make them pay for it. But if you got a center dribbling the ball up the court, okay, he breaks it. He's not going to do nothing after he breaks it, you know what I mean? And to go along with that, they wound up taking Mikey out of the game for a 4 to 5 minute span, and they actually started catching back up. But after that, you could just tell when Mikey's not on the floor, they really have no scores that even help him. Like I said, the 14 guy, the white guy coming off the bench, I can't think of his name. Is it Christian? I don't know. He's supposed to be productive, but he's not doing nothing. They just don't have any pure scores on this team, and I've made videos on it talking about it before. I really think Lake Norman's going to struggle, not just the first 10 games this year. They're going to struggle the entire year because they just don't have that chemistry. They may never get it this entire year. There's too many new players and not enough great players on this team. I didn't want to sit down and record this video because I can't really get my point across, and I don't want to go on Twitter and pull up all the screenshots of seeing grown men just put Mikey on blast. Yeah, I know I make videos about these guys, but I never roast them or put them on blast. I just put out the facts for you guys, and most of my true subscribers, y'all know that I want everybody to be great. That's what I preach on this channel. I never put another man down. It kills me to see other just grown men out there. You watching an ESPN game, Mikey's 16, and you out here killing him on social media. Like, dude, come on. Like, what did he even do that bad? I really didn't see nothing bad in his game. Yeah, I get it. I get it. He had some turnovers. Okay, who cares? He's basketball. He's young. He's still learning. He was still getting buckets out there. He finished the game with 25 points. Keep in mind, he's 16, has over 3 million followers. He's doing so good in life. I just hate to see people tear him down all the time. It just completely blows my mind. Like, the highlight of some dude's day today was getting off work, going home, getting a pizza from Little Caesars or Pizza Hut, sitting down and watching a 16-year-old, then go on Twitter just to criticize him. Come on, dog. Oh, yeah, guys, I almost forgot to mention a major point in the Lake Norman game. I can't believe I forgot this. I was thinking about this the entire time when I was watching the other games. I was like, I gotta say this. Okay, so I don't know if y'all noticed late in the fourth quarter, Mikey started to heat up. He had a couple buckets, and when there was a minute or two left, the game was pretty much over, but he was calling for the ball, and he was hot. And you could see it. He was clapping his hands one night, and his teammates weren't throwing him the ball. There was one time he clapped for it. His teammate took a terrible shot. You know, he threw his hands up. They get a defensive stop, go back down the court again. He's calling for it, and they don't throw him the ball again. And you can see, if you paid attention, he said something to him, but you could just see the frustration. The chemistry is not there. And I've been saying, every time I talk about Lake Norman, I say it, but it's so obvious, you know, their chemistry is just so terrible. Yeah, I know Oak Hill's probably the better team, but anytime you lose about 20, it's not good. I don't care who you play. They got some serious and major problems that need to be worked out. Now they're 1-3 on the season. I don't know when or who they play again. I don't really keep up with them too much. But I honestly just don't see this team being that good. I've been saying that from the jump. Do they have talent? Yes. Do they have great players? Yes. Are they going to be a good/great team? I don't think so. At least, you know, I could be wrong, but that's my hot take on the whole subject. You already know, drop your comments down below. Me personally, I think Mikey played good, and that's why I'm making this video where it's just me talking, because I feel like I can get my point across more. And let me know in the comment section what you think about it. That's all I got to say about the first game. Now, on to the second game. Where do we even start? Wow. Just wow. Emoni, Bates, and Chet Hogan. I've been getting some comments and DMs on Instagram. Everyone was saying today, I made a video talking about it. I said, I think, you know, Emoni's the best player in the world regardless of class. And everybody's like, yo, apologize to Chet, bro. He outplayed him. You got to keep in mind, Emoni had 36 tonight. Chet had 31, by the way. Emoni had 36 points, guys. And he didn't really play that good. That's what's scary about him. I don't care. Chet outplayed him tonight. I'll say it. You know, I give my respect to him. Shout out to him. But Emoni's still the better player. I don't care what you guys say. He's still the more NBA-ready player. You saw it tonight if you watched the game. He airballed 2 or 3 threes, but when he was in that left corner three-point line, he's so pure at shooting. Even one of the sports announcers was talking about how they seen him made like 73s in a row before. You could see why he's the #1 player in the world. I don't care. Chet's not better than him. Yes, he played good tonight, and I will say Chet's the #1 overall player in his class, but overall, you got to give the edge to Emoni, man. You know, I'm a man, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Chet was phenomenal tonight. Just the way he maneuvered in and out of the defense. You know, and even though he's 7'1" and 185, something like that, he plays much bigger than his size. On defense, we ain't even got to talk about it. He blocks so many shots. It's unreal. You know, nobody can really stop him when he's doing his own thing. I don't think he's at best when he's shooting, and that's what... Did I say that right? Yeah, I don't think he's at best when he's shooting. I think it's when he's attacking the goal, and that's what he was doing tonight. Sometimes he relies on his jump shot too much, but when he's attacking and does that spin move or gets in the paint or post, nobody can stop him. There were sometimes he was even going at Emoni tonight. they wasn't guarding each other as much as I would have liked them to, but it was still, it was so impressive. I can't stress that enough. Just the way Chet was playing. And the same goes for Emoni. He wasn't playing that hot, but anytime he dropped 36 points, he was making some crazy threes. You know, he was pulling a little too much. I think Emoni was caught up in the moment, you know, wanting to prove that he is the number one overall player. And anytime Chet would score, Emoni would try to go back and forth with him and get another bucket right back. And that's what really hurt Emoni's team overall, in my opinion. Yes, Chet's team came out with the win. They came out with the dub, blah, 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 blah. But, dude, that other guy on Holmgren's team, I can't think of his name, he had 8 threes. They was calling him the Trae Young of their team. That dude, they got 24 points by a guy. I wouldn't even call him a star player on the team. He's somewhat a role player. Well, maybe he's above a role player, but, you know, Emoni's team, if Emoni ain't scoring, they really don't have anyone else they can go to. That's what I saw from the game. I don't even know any other great player. Oh, the Javon Hanna dude, he's a good player. They got some other good players, but it looks like, you know, they just pass it back to Emoni and want him to take all the shine, take all the good shots, and just all that stuff, you know. All in all, there's not too much to say about that. Besides, if you didn't see that game tonight, you missed out on some great basketball. We got to see a 31-point performance by Chet and 36 by Emoni. They was going at it. You know, we just got to admire it. There's no need to talk about who's better, who had the better game, who had the worst game. Just admire greatness, man. They was both out there going at it, and that's what we love to see. In conclusion, all I got to say about that game is believe the hype, and not only Emoni, but Chet as well. Got to give him my props. You know, I don't see the hype. Well, I said I don't see the hype in him, but I'm starting to see it. He's a great player on offense and defense, and I don't got to say nothing about Emoni because we know how I feel about him. Now, with all that being said, let's get into our last and final game. It just wrapped up. I'm making this video. I hope it gets out before midnight or 1 p.m. Eastern Central. But we had the matchup. Probably not the one everybody was waiting to see, but kind of curious to see just because of Bronny, of course, and Amari Bailey. We had no other than Sierra Canyon and Arenado. Man, oh man. Mama, there goes that man. Jaden Hardy. This dude's a bucket. He is the best pure scorer in his class. Dude is the next Bradley Beal, so athletic. Got a fabulous jump shot, man. Where do you start with the jump shot? Dude can pull from anywhere whenever he wants to. He wound up finishing the game with 41 points. 41 points, guys. That is so impressive. On the flip side and the other side, you know, Bronny, he looked pretty good. You know, I think he looked okay. I think he wound up with 3 threes. So 9 or 10 points. Amari Bailey, you know, everybody be giving him hype. You know, I was impressed with him. You know, there were some times I feel like he could have took over, done a little more, but he wound up with a 30-piece as well. So just great basketball again. If you didn't get to watch that game, you missed. If you didn't get to watch any of these games, you missed out tonight because they was putting on an offensive clinic, especially in the last 2. They wound up having almost 100 at halftime. They slowed down in the 3rd and 4th quarter, but man, was these guys lighting it up. Bronny didn't produce that much. You know, he showed signs of still being young, but I didn't think he played bad at all, and I wouldn't even say he disappointed by any means. There's not too much to say about that game or any of the players, because I've been telling y'all Jaden Hardy was one of the top scorers in the country for a minute now, so nothing out there shocked me, but it was so impressive how deep he shoots. You know, he's got that dog mentality. He can take over. Sierra Canyon by the sides really... I guess Amari Bailey, you had some no-name players scoring a lot. You know, of course they're not really no-names, but to us, they're no-names, let's be honest. They had a lot of role players scoring and doing some good stuff. They caught some run. They was up by like 10 in the 4th or 3rd quarter, I believe. But Jaden Hardy, man, when he gets hot, dude is a problem. Man, like, that's why I think he's going to be, he might go straight to the NBA or G League. Dude is just, he got that Kobe mentality, the Michael Jordan switch. Whenever he turned it on, he's on, man. They also, what's the other dude's name on the team? Frankie Collins, is that his name? He looked nice as well, really impressed me. He's supposed to be going to Michigan. Let me know if is it Michigan, Michigan State? I think it's Michigan. Let me know about that. He impressed me, just a great offensive clinic. You know, that's just what we love to see in basketball. You know, the shot clock should be in the game. That's what they've been talking about. Shot clock helps the game, speeds it up, makes you actually use skill. That way players can't hold the ball. You know, if there wasn't a shot clock, Sierra Canyon, they could have just held the ball the entire 4th quarter, and we probably wouldn't get to even see a comeback by, Arenado. But they did have a shot clock, thankfully, so we got to see Jaden Hardy completely go off, man. My only real takeaway from that game is that Amari Bailey is really, and I mean really elusive, and Jaden, he's a bucket getter, man. There's no other way to say it. Look, man, all I gotta say is, if you miss these games tonight, try to find them on YouTube or something. Maybe they'll be on ESPN again, because this was the best night of high school basketball arguably you'll ever see broadcasted live on television. You had the best of the best going up against one another. And that's what we love to see, especially with all this corona stuff going around. We don't know, we don't know if they'll cut off the season soon again or whatnot, because apparently this virus stuff's getting worse again. I don't know. I don't get caught up in the media and all that, but if you didn't get to see it, you need to go check it out, man. I didn't want to make this one of my normal videos because I just want to give my complete analysis and wanted to get my point through, and I feel like I can do that more when I'm talking directly to the camera. Let me know if y'all want to see more analysis videos like this. You know what to do. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Roll to 80K and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.